Chapter 41. Strength in Numbers. Sunny lay sprawled in the mud, eyes fixed on the sky above. The battle had lasted mere seconds. So short, in fact, that he didn't even feel winded. No one on his side had been hurt, not even scratched, unless you counted the unfortunate creature they had just defeated. It had all been over before he had time to process it. He glanced over at the beast's lifeless body to make sure it was truly dead, then summoned the runes to check his current status. Shadow fragments. 16/1000. It was real. The formidable awakened creature was gone, brought down in a blink. Nephice had done the heavy lifting, but Sunny had delivered the finishing blow. Why can't it always be this easy, he thought, pushing himself up from the ground. He dismissed his blade of shadows. The memory of something Master Jet had once told him came back. No one survives the dream realm alone. At the time, he had acknowledged the wisdom, but never truly believed it. He had always been self-reliant, convinced that strength meant never needing anyone. But now he wasn't so sure. Having someone to share the burden changed everything. Alone, the scavenger might have ended him. Even Nephice, skilled as she was, would have struggled to defeat the armored predator on her own. Its weak point had been inaccessible to her. But together, they had taken it down with surprising ease. The synergy between them made the difference. Unity, it seemed, could be stronger than raw individual power. Depending on others wasn't weakness, it was another form of strength. Sunny exhaled quietly. Not that I really had a choice. He made his way to Nephice to check if she was okay. Aside from a few rips in her makeshift seaweed attire, she appeared unharmed. She glanced at him. Memory? He shook his head. Nephice sighed, clearly eager to get herself a proper suit of armor. Sunny, of course, had no intention of offering her his puppeteer's shroud. That gear was rare and had cost him plenty. Plus, imagining himself in nothing but seaweed wasn't a pleasant thought. Without another word, Nephice approached the scavenger's corpse and began dismantling its armor. When she retrieved a glowing soul shard, she tossed it to Sunny. He caught it, blinking in surprise. Why give it to me? She paused briefly. I don't have pockets. Oh, still slightly puzzled. Sunny tucked the shard into his pack. Why not absorb it herself? Before he could ask, Nephice added, we'll split the loot later, right? She then turned to Cassie and spoke softly. I was careful. Then she offered a faint smile. Your shadow strengthens. Your shadow strengthens. Your shadow strengthens. Sunny's mood hovered somewhere between satisfaction and mild irritation. Over the course of the day, they had eliminated 3 more scavengers without much danger, except to Nephice. The pattern was the same. Find a monster. Nephice lures it in. Sunny sneaks in from the shadows to end the fight with a single, lethal strike. It made him wonder, is this what being part of a hero's party feels like? For most people, dancing around such dangerous foes would be suicide. Not for Nephice. She handled it all with calm precision. What was more astounding, she did it all without tapping into any aspect ability. Pure skill. Even Castor, despite his strength, couldn't have matched her finesse. Nephice was composed, swift, and terrifyingly accurate. Her instincts in battle were unmatched. She seemed to feel the rhythm of combat, predicting enemy movements with ease and manipulating their reactions with grace. Sunny already knew that skill often outweighed brute strength, but seeing it firsthand brought a new level of understanding. Though his divine aspect granted him greater strength and speed than Nephice, he knew he wouldn't stand a chance in a real duel with her. Of course, his role wasn't insignificant. As the executioner of their plans, landing 4 perfect strikes wasn't something just anyone could manage. He had solid instincts, control, and perhaps most importantly, a cool head under pressure. Plus, without his shadow revealing their targets, the ambushes wouldn't have been possible. They were a team, a balanced one, surprisingly. Still, watching her in action was a humbling experience. He summoned the runes again. Shadow fragments. 22/1000. 8 in one day. Not bad at all. The group now waited at the entrance to a labyrinth path leading toward a towering statue of a headless knight. A few scavengers roamed nearby, unaware of their presence. With the sun dipping low, time was short. After a while, Nephi signaled to move. Supporting Cassie, Sunny followed her across the open ground, swiftly reaching the statue's base. Climbing it was another issue altogether. The monument was enormous, 200 meters of worn stone. Under normal conditions, climbing it would be difficult. With Cassie, a logistical nightmare, they devised a system. One of them would climb ahead, pull on the rope, and the blind girl would slowly make her way up. Then repeat. It was slow, exhausting work. By the time they reached the top, Sunny's arms were burning. But they made it just before the waters returned. As night descended, the trio gathered on the stone platform atop the statue. They had no materials for a fire, so their dinner was dried meat and water passed between them. Eventually, Nephi motioned for Sunny to bring out the day's bounty. He placed 4 soul shards on the ground. Nephi silently pushed 2 toward him, keeping 2 for herself. Then, without fanfare, she gave one of her crystals to Cassie. Sunny watched quietly. Even after Nephi and Cassie absorbed their shards, Sunny hadn't touched his. Instead, he pulled out a 5th crystal from his pack and moved all 3 toward Nephi's. She looked at him, puzzled. "Don't you want to get stronger?" He grinned. "Of course I do, but these won't help me much right now. Let's face it, you're our main fighter." He sighed. "The stronger you are, the safer we all are. Besides, this isn't a gift. It's a trade." Nephi tilted her head. "A trade? What do you want?" He took a moment before replying. "It's simple. I'll give you all the shards I earn until we reach that castle." He looked her in the eye. "And in return, you teach me how to fight."